Nowadays, everyone is against you, but you shouldn't let it bother you. You hear these articles saying, this is male is bad. But you aren't bad for being male. You should be proud of it. You should be happy. You should be like, yeah, I'm male. Fuck off. I'm glad to be male. Instead of these male feminists who are like, no, male is bad. Even though they themselves are. Like, how hypocritical can you be? But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'll first start with a quick story, and then we'll get into. Last Friday, I was in class and we had to read these articles. The subject was like, you shouldn't correct language anymore because it's unfair and gives unfair advantages. So my article was against this and was saying, well, if you're correcting language, you're actually giving them the ability to get higher paying jobs and to actually become something more. But then I read my friend's article and it was complete and utter propaganda. It's absolutely disgusting. It started off with being correct language it's a bad male patriotic blah 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 blah. It's disgusting. Like, I can go on about how bad it is, but it's truly disgusting and it disgusted me. I had to laugh my ass off because it was so hypocritical. They are saying that it's racist and it's sexist to correct language, but then they're also saying that it's a white male privilege and that it's made by white male and that it's white male this, white male that. It just disgusts me to see this because what's wrong with that? Why can't people just live? Why do they have to immediately be judged? Why do they have to be judged for being male? Why are we making a point about this? Like, what the fuck does it matter? Let's completely be honest. What does it matter which color or which gender you are? Because there are two genders. Oh my god, there are two genders. Just two biological genders if we're speaking pure biology. Does it matter? Can't you just say, okay, I believe this is unfair towards people with an immigrant background? And if you say that, okay, give me some points, okay, good arguments. But this article wasn't giving any fair arguments. It was just saying it's racist and then just talking about themselves for the rest of the article. I'm sorry, but name some valid points. If you're making an article about a certain saying, if you want that article to be like really good and want people to actually trust it, believe it, and like it, make sure to actually come here with some valid points. Anyway, I noticed this and I thought I should make a video about it because it's just everywhere. This propaganda, it disgusts me and I see it everywhere I look. Even in class, teachers are trying to force certain opinions. For example, we live in fucking Netherlands. So why was this a thing? Literally, my teacher was saying, oh, yeah, this sounds like the things Donald Trump is trying to force. I'm like, we're fucking Netherlands. How the fuck do you know about what his policies are or what agenda he's trying to push? Like, we know like a little about him, but I'm not in that country. I don't hear his speeches. A couple of things, but I haven't seen the full picture of either of the opposition, of Donald Trump, or what he's about. Sorry, I don't know, because in my country, I find it interesting in some ways, but I simply don't have the time to find out. I'm gonna be 100% honest. And I know for a fact, my teacher hasn't looked at anything. She's just using her bias, which the media has forced upon her. Because I know how my teachers and everywhere else is. It's just how it is. Like, with the manipulation that's currently happening, it's just normal that they have this opinion, but they're also trying to force it upon you, because last year, with the other subject, which was about politics, my teacher also tried to force their opinion on it. Like, you can say what you want, but if you've gotten aware of these kind of facts, then you're gonna notice it a lot. Because I notice it every single week. I hear this propaganda or hear them say like, oh well, this is bad, or it's just every single week I find a new thing. Like the other week I hear them trying to push their political views on you, like suddenly, oh, that sounds like Donald Trump, if it's something bad, for example, or oh, this sounds like this politician in the Netherlands, which you probably don't know, because like, why would you care about a different country's politics, to be honest? Like, America's really big, so that's why you know of Donald Trump, but do you know of, like, maybe you know my president, but after that you know nothing about Dutch politics, probably, so I'm not gonna go into that. But I'm like, what value does it provide to push this agenda? Like, what value? What did I just gain from this? I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't gain anything from this. You just wanted to try. Okay, now you know what I think and try to think the same thing. And the worst thing about it is No one noticed it. Like, if I point it out, they're like, oh, yeah, you're right, she did this. Because I was literally to my friend, like, did you hear that? And it was like, what do you mean? And I was like, you remember that part with Donald Trump where she was saying that? And he was like, oh yeah. They don't even notice. They're like, how? They filter it through because they hear this propaganda so much that they can't pay attention or they can't notice it when it's happening in front of them. So these two things I wanted to talk about like the manipulation that's happening with teachers and the agenda that's being pushed upon you with the media really subtly, and how people don't even notice it. Like, it's really bad. People don't even notice it. Like, I had to point it out, and then they were like, oh yeah, you're right. Like, if you pay attention, it actually is that way. And about like the way they are framing male to be a bad thing. So, what should you get out of this whole charade of talking and this whole rant? Being male isn't bad. You shouldn't be afraid of it. You should express your opinion and be happy to be male. Because what's there not to love? You are yourself, you are powerful, and be happy. So, work hard, stay hard, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, bye.